Oh, getting a move down. Isn't that interesting? Just going to readjust my trend line a little bit to the previous candle. There we go. Now we're on the clock. 8 a.m. Indo Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Looks like that might have been a brief fake out if you trade the 1 minute or 2 minute or even. So we're looking at gold, XAU USD on the 15-minute chart, as you can see here. This is the chart I trade. Now we're getting a big move up. I'm not even ready to take a trade. I'm kind of expecting that it might move up after that big drop down last night in the U.S. session. See if it's going to break above the daily pivot point there. Looks like it will. But let's wait and see. It just touched that and fell back down. There are only a couple of market 3 minutes now on this 15-minute candle. I don't want to put that at 42.11. Oh, hey, Raj. Yeah, I just was taking a trade there. I might have been a little bit quick to pull the trigger, but it's quite a bullish start. The first candle there. I've been faked out before, but I already got my stop loss in. Yeah, I went long. Let's see what it does. It's at that pivot point for the day. Hasn't broken above that, but it's above my trend line. Broke a, broke well above the trend line. Looks to be holding. As you know, once it breaks the trend line, then that for me is a trade setup. Although I've only got one, well, I got three touch points in that candle, three touch points. So I would call that an A plus setup. But sometimes I wait for the candle to close, and it looks like maybe I should have done that here. Well, it's, I don't know. Sometimes it goes both ways. Sometimes I take it a little too quick, and it comes back on me. And sometimes I don't take it quick enough, and it runs away with uh, Let's see how it plays out. Normally, usually haven't the last few sessions, we haven't been getting that big candle in the initial start off, right on the when the gun goes off, we haven't been getting a big move, very small candles initially, and then waiting 30, 45 minutes before anything happens. Yesterday, we waited, an hour and 15 minutes, and there was nothing going on. And then, after I finished the live session, I did take a couple of, long trades, some good profit from 9:30, an hour and a half after the market opened, and then I held those trades for about 3 hours and had some good profit, and then stayed out for the rest of the day. Yeah, ideally, I'm gonna have to agree with you there, it's best to wait, but it's just that past experience that I've seen, when you get a good candle like that, it just runs away. Happen. So just a big knee-jerk reaction, big knee-jerk movement here on the first candle. 7 minutes, 8 minutes gone into the opening. Let's see how it plays out. Big pin, all right? Yeah. Oh, well. I've got my stop loss at 41.87. I'll just go ahead and mark up this chart while we're waiting to see what happens. 41.87. That is below the safety line, which is my green upward line there. And I put my take profit at, what was it? Usually put it right there before just before the resistance. Yeah, okay. And I took it on that first candle. And because of the spread, I'm still in a little bit of a loss, but that's normal. So while we're waiting on this one, this is an actual live trade. Go over and look at the calendar. Got some news coming up today. Go to Forex. There we are. And okay, on the Australian economy, this might be interesting to those of you in Australia, New Zealand. Well, anybody that trades the odd US, CAD, the odd CAD, the euro, euro odd. The interest rate is coming out today, and they're not forecast to change the interest rate, forecast to leave it the same. So that's gonna be some volatility there. That's in, 2 hours and 15 minutes from now. So as they're not changing the interest rate, we might just get some up and down movement, some volatility. It's not good for the economy because that means they're not lowering the interest rate, means they're still trying to manage inflation. So that's not a good sign for the economy. Could see some bearish movement there on that one. And then in the, US session, maybe, it's tentative, maybe they'll release the weekly employment change. These things never used to be tentative, but it is in the US now. And then job openings, so 2 high impact items, one at, 10 p.m. That's, Southeast Asia time, Indochina, so that'd be 10 a.m. in Eastern Standard Time. So a couple of high impact items in the US session, nothing in the London session. Okay. Now, wow. There we go, back to the gold chart. Now that's looking a little bit better. I'm in a little bit of profit now, and that's still 2 minutes to go on that candle. That's a big one. We haven't been seeing this, the last few sessions, this kind of a start. Actually, this is what it used to do most of the time, but the last couple of weeks, it's been very quiet in the first 30, 45 minutes. This is kind of normal actually for the start of the Asian session, and that's why you gotta be careful with that first candle because usually it's a big move. It can be a fake out in the beginning, and then it starts to set the trend. So a normal start to the Asian session. And it looks like I'm on the last side, but we won't know for a while. Oh, we got 4 people watching, including me. That's so Raj and 2 others. If you're watching and you're new to the live trading, let me know where you're watching from. And now we just sit back and relax, let this trade play out. Hey, Howard, there you are. So, Howard, you had a trade yesterday at 42.05 that you were nervous about, and it did come back down to 41.97, but then it went up. So if you held on to that trade, you would have ended up with some. How did that one work out for you? Well, now we're on our second candle, the second 15-minute candle. and that's looking a little bit bullish initially. Can't really say too much. We give time. Bounce off of the pivot point and then go up. Looking back in the US session, we had a big drop when Wall Street opened, exactly when Wall Street opened. They took the price way down, all the way down to 41.75. Three big candles, 45 minutes. Then it came back up, came back down, then just went sideways for the rest of the session. So you guys trade the US session? I don't think that you do, being in the Southern Hemisphere. That's always the best time is right when Wall Street at 9:30 AM Eastern Standard Time. I'm wondering if many people watching live trade the US session, if it might be okay, I'll break even, all right. Didn't win, didn't lose. Look for another trade set up. I had one of those in the London session. Sometimes I come back later in the day and I took a brief trade, I went long, it moved 30 or 40 pips, and then I put my stop loss and break even, and it came back down and hit my break even. That happened. But with gold, what I have seen, if you got to let it go 100 pips before you move your stop loss. 30 or 40 pips is just not enough breathing room. It will come back and hit that. And how far away is my stop loss? Let's do a risk to reward ratio here right quick. That's a long trade. I took the trade right about there, I believe. Stop loss, stop loss. And the risk to reward is 2, 1 to 2. Good. That's ideal. At least 1 to 2. 1 to 3 is better, of course. But 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. Let's see how this works out. It'll be a big week for the news. Today is Tuesday, and tomorrow, Wednesday, after midnight in Southeast Asia, we got the FOMC. That's Jerome Powell. And he will be, it's forecast that they will lower the interest rate. 90% chance that they will lower the interest rate. And that's going to be good for gold. Should be. So these, like the big drop we had down below 4,200 in the US session and maybe another one today could be just to, add some liquidity. A lot of people going long and staying long, and then the big players, the hedge fund managers, the central banks pushing the price down, just knock out stop losses add some liquidity to the market, and then when the interest rate is released, boom, go up big time. That's my forecast. I believe I think we'll hit 4,300 this and the price right now is 41.95. So we're $100 away from 4,300, which is not really much for gold. It can easily move 1,000 pips in one day. Boy, after that first candle, it just slowed down, put on the brakes. That's also very normal. After a big move, get some hesitation and then go again. Just gotta fill up the gas tank and then go again. But I like what I'm seeing so far that it's holding there. And Howard, you came in a little bit late. I took this trade a little bit too quick. I pulled the trigger once I saw a break of the trend line. I didn't wait for the candle to close, which looking at it now would have been a decision. I could have let it pull back just a little bit to where it is now. Got a slight better. I really love this strategy, the trend line break, the trend line strategy. And I'll be honest with you guys, that's my Achilles heel, we can say, is letting the candle close or taking the trade on the break of the trend line. And I do it both ways. That's my Achilles heel. I should just do one or the other. Some people take it right on the break of the trend line, some wait for the candle. I don't mind being honest with you guys. I'm transparent. I'll show you my losses, but most of my trades are winning trades. 85%. And looks like we're still good holding at that pivot point, the daily pivot point so far. And you can see here on this live streaming software that I'm using, EV Mux, still got that little logo there at the top because this is the free version. And I'm going to go for the paid version after New Year because I'm going to stop trading on the 19th. That will be the last day of trading for me, the last day of live, 19th of December. And then I'll start again after the New Year. I think about the 7th or 8th of January. And this streaming software is a monthly payment, so I don't want to pay for a month that I'm not going to use. I'm just a little bit funny like that. But after New Year, then I'll go for the paid version. We won't have that little logo there at the top. A little bit annoying, but it doesn't get in the way of our chart. see what, Bitcoin is doing. Chart's looking very strange on Bitcoin. You don't usually get these dashes. This it's usually just solid candles like every other chart, but look at all these dash marks. I don't know what that's about. Some problem, with the data, perhaps? And it's not even showing here, the price. Candle for right now, trading at 90,500. It's kind of a roller coaster yesterday. None of the other charts look like that, only the Bitcoin chart. I don't know why that is. Been like that for about a week. And then we can look at oil right quick. Oh, I haven't adjusted my chart on oil. I'll just do that. See if I can find that other point. And these are gone. Don't need those. And right there. Okay. And I can even come in. I can do that a little bit later. I don't trade oil, but I'm just getting my chart set up to possibly be start trading it next year. I'm going to add one asset to what I trade. Platinum or gold. I mean platinum or oil. Sorry, I've been trading gold. Only trading gold this year, but I want to add one asset. On this is platinum. Looks like platinum is very volatile. Big, huge pin bars. Always lots of pin bars. Still trading at 41.94. I'm in a slight loss now because I took the trade so early. But it seems to be holding at that pivot point, and we're just about to go to the next candle. Another 30 seconds. I'll just get rid of that. 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. If it will go in the right direction. And let me just check and see. And that's exactly 1% loss if it comes back and hits my stop loss. I don't risk more than 1%. I prefer to risk half a percent, but not more than 1% on any trade. No, we got 8 people watching now. 7, including me. So if you're new here, let me know where you're watching from. Be sure and subscribe to the channel. Click the little bell so you'll be notified. I do this live every day, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. Indochina time. That's Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York. And I'm wondering if I should start going live the U.S. session. I know you, Howard and Raj, you wouldn't be able to watch, but I do have some people from the States watching and from South America also. I don't trade the U.S. session, but I watch it. I I think I told you yesterday, I have it on my iPad. Oh, Raj, you would you'd try to tune in. It'd be quite late for you, but I would come in, right when Wall Street opens. That would be 9:30 AM Eastern Standard Time. There's no point in coming in before that, because as you can see over here on the chart, it's, that first big red candle, that was exactly when Wall Street opened. That's when you get the big movement. You do get some movement before that, but it's, more reliable if you wait till Wall Street opens, and then you get a good hour's move. That first hour is usually pretty good, but I don't usually take any trades. Just occasionally, very occasionally, if I see something that's like last week, I took one when the news came out on the, I believe it was one of the unemployment figures. I forget which one it was. And the news was so bad for the US economy that I knew gold was gonna go up, and it went up like a rocket. So I had a good trade on that one. Just occasionally, I'll take a trade in the US session. But as I've told you before, I mark it open on my iPad, and then usually I'm doing some other things on the laptop, but I can certainly do a live session. I'm gonna give that a shot. See if we get any followers, any watchers. Well, they've just decided to go quiet again, and that's okay. The market does what it does. Just look quickly on the 1-hour chart. Mhm. Well, 1-hour chart's a real roller coaster, eh? Went right up to the top of the roller coaster, then came right back down, scared the living daylights out of everybody, and then kinda went sideways yesterday, and then the roller coaster off again, giving everybody a fright, all the long gold traders, everybody expecting to buy, putting a real shock into everybody. Go back to my trading chart, 15 minutes, just hanging around that pivot, that daily pivot point. I keep that little logo on here, ticking on. That's the broker that I use. They're very, very good. Regulated, licensed offices in the UK, Dubai, Southeast Asia, and they are the ones that, backing the trading pit, the prop firm. So it's good to have a if you trade prop firms, it's always good to choose one that's backed by The short long indicator that I use. Oh, that one. Interesting. Nobody's ever asked me about that before. Good morning, Khaki. Yeah, I can show you that one. That's called the twin range filter. Twin range filter, and it's on TradingView. It's free. Just type twin range. I like that. It's pretty accurate, actually. I don't take a trade based on that, but I do like having it there. I see we had yesterday we had this long, and then it hasn't given a short signal. Even you get a lot of up and downs, but I'm not quite sure exactly what it bases its decision on. I've researched that a little bit. I can't find anything that's very explanatory. But long position in the U.S. session, and it hasn't changed. It's still a long indicator. Whereas you got the short before the U.S. session opened, and then that was good throughout the next couple of hours. So I kind of like I don't take a trade based on that, but it's kind of I guess you'd call it a confluence of indication. Just go up to go to indicators, type twin range filter, and there it is at the top. Twin range filter by Colin MCK. Now they've woken up a little bit. You're welcome. Not much. That's the 8:30 candle we're looking at there. Another 6 minutes on that one. I'm still in just a slight loss because I took that a little bit quick. So just sitting here waiting, as most traders spend most of their time just waiting, sitting on my hands, not getting nervous. If it hits a stop loss, it hits a stop loss. Now let me see what I could think about here. Stop loss at 41.87. I'm going to move that up to 41.88 because it's moving away from that. It's still good, still well below the safety line. So having moved that up just slightly, $1, I'll lose a little bit less if it comes down. Bouncing off of the downward trend line there. Still staying around today. But another 2 minutes on this candle. And one thing that I'm cautious about is usually sometimes on the hour, it will do a 180-degree turn and go absolutely the opposite direction at 9 o'clock a.m. Indochina time. Many, many. If you look on the hourly chart, maybe you got a green candle at 8 o'clock, and you have a red candle at 9 o'clock. But then sometimes it will also just continue in the same direction and set the trend for the day sometimes. You gotta be aware that at 9 o'clock it could reverse on you, and that's in about 16 minutes. So I'm always aware of that. Can't make up its mind which way it wants to go. Now we're on the 8:45 candle. And it's staying right in the same place after that big move up on the open. For those of you that live in Thailand, you know tomorrow is a national holiday. They have so many holidays in Thailand. We just finished a long weekend. Now they have the holiday. Then we got Christmas and New Year's coming up very soon. Hey Siri, how many days till Christmas? It's 16 days until then. 16 days till Christmas. Like 2 weeks and a little bit. So we got green, red, green, red. A lot of indecision. Which way they haven't told us yet. My last day of trading will be on the 19th. That's a week from this coming Friday. So while we're waiting on that, I'll just look at the calendar again. And this is what we've got coming up for the day. The Australian interest rate and then some unemployment figures in the US session. For the weekly, if you look at the weekly, and what we're really concerned about is the FOMC, which is 2 a.m. Thursday in Southeast Asia, just after midnight. Probably stay up and watch that. And then the following week is another big week before Christmas. Another big one. Look at that. The week before Christmas. Unbelievable. And we've got the non-farm employment change on Tuesday before Christmas. That's on the 9th. No, that's on the 16th. Tuesday the 16th. Just a full page. Look at all that news. High-impact news. Wow. So next week we'll be really busy with the news. And so that Friday, the 19th, will be my last day to be live and the last day of trading for me. Oh, oh, briefly lost connection there, just 2 seconds. So using this streaming software is less of a drain on my internet. Haven't been having any problems like when I first got started a couple of weeks ago. Trading at 41.96. Now let's get some action here. Come on. Which way is it going to go? Well, just when you think it's going to do something, it doesn't do anything. I got to wait for that next candle for sure. Come on. Finally moving into a little bit of profit for this trade. Finally getting something. Not much. Another 6 minutes on this one. Mhm. Well, so much for thinking it's going to go up. Oh, it really likes to play with you, eh? Another 4 minutes. It tries to make you nervous. The market tries to make you nervous, tries to make you bored. You have to detach your feelings, detach your emotions. Take the trade based on your strategy. Most of the time it will work out. Sometimes it doesn't. You accept the loss and look for another trade setup. Very quiet in the chat group today. I know you guys are still here in the background. Let's just see what the hourly candles look like. Yep, green, red, green. What color will the next candle be? This is the point where sometimes it can turn around and go the opposite direction. And then sometimes it can keep going and set the trend for the day. It's been staying above the pivot point, 41.95, 41.96, but it's below 4,200. And 4,200 is a strong psychological number. Maybe they don't want to break above that. We'll look at the 4-hour chart. I haven't looked at the 4-hour chart today. Oh, it's bearish on the 4-hour chart. I should have looked at that earlier. Still bullish on the day chart, bearish on the 4-hour chart. We're below the 20 moving average on the 4-hour chart. One more minute before the next hourly candle. And I think I'll move my stop loss up to one more dollar because it's still getting further away from that. And now that's the 9 o'clock candle. Looking bearish initially, first couple of minutes. Yep. This is what can happen right on the hour. Seen it so many times. Well, it either has to go up or go down, doesn't it? And I think I might. No, I'll leave that there. Thinking to move it up one more dollar. This looking like a reversal, but still early. Only 2.5 minutes. Good point. Good point, Howard. But I don't hope for anything. Hope is just an emotion. Just let the price tell you what it's going to do. But it looks like you called it. Bit of a wick so far. Back up. And that's what it can often also do in the first 3 or 4 minutes. And that can happen. Tries to fake you out, thinking it's going to do a reversal and then go the other direction. You just got to play the game. Eh? It's a game. 4 minutes. Yeah, look at that. Don't get too excited, Rick. But I'm back in profit now. Let's see how this candle finishes. Oh, you live in hope and die in expectation. Oh, God. You got to detach your emotions from trading. Your emotions will kill you. You're stressed out. You make mistakes. You make wrong decisions. You have a strategy that works most of the time, then just trust your strategy. And I will tell you exactly, I know what you go through. I've been there, done that. What the temptation is in these last few candles is to get nervous. I've got a little bit of profit, a few dollars, and so bail out, close the trade. And then you know what happens? It goes exactly in the right direction. So bailing out is sabotaging yourself, not taking the trusting your strategy, not trusting your strategy, not letting it run and making a better profit. I've been there, done that, but I don't do that anymore. Avoid that nervousness, avoid the emotions. You have a strategy that works, trust the strategy, and it will work most of the time. Bounce off of the 10 SMA. You have the 10 SMA on your chart? Which time frame do you trade on, Howard? We're looking at the 15-minute chart. That's the time frame that I trade on, the 15-minute. I started out earlier this year with the 5-minute, but it was too many fake outs, too much noise, and I've had much more success with the 15-minute chart. And next year, I'm going to try and move to the 1 hour chart. And that means I would take fewer trades and I have to wait longer for the trade to close, for the candle to close. I have to wait longer for the trade setup. So this is like ridiculous. This is one, two, three, almost an hour of no advancing higher price. Okay. Your strategy gets you in later than the trend line. Top down for you. Usually the hour chart with 15-minute giving you better entry. Hmm. Well, if you look on the hourly chart, got nothing so far, of course. But I like that it's staying above the pivot point for the day, my 41.95. That's holding up well so far. Go back to the 15-minute chart. Oh, here we go. Now they're going to do that reversal. 10 minutes into this candle. There it goes. There it goes. Just as routine. They finally pulled the trigger. The candle going to close below the that candle going to close below the pivot point. Or bounce off of the red trend line. Accumulation before the breakout. Ah, okay. Good point. I think we're going to see a continuation of the reversal, probably down to 41. What is it? 41.89. There it goes. 2 more minutes on that one. Look at the 1 hour. Yep. First hourly was the green one. Second hour, be a red one. Seen that so many times. That's kind of strange the way it does that. Goes up for 1 hour and then down for 1 hour. Okay, 1 more minute. There we go. It's really very bearish, that one. Yeah. Seen it so many times. Gonna hit my stop loss, I think. And that's okay. Trade didn't work out today. It hasn't worked out yet. I haven't died in expectation yet. Still here. Oh yeah. The first opening candle was very bullish, and now in the next hour, the first opening candle is very bearish. And now we start the next candle, just continuing down to my stop loss. Okay. All right, guys. So this was the losing trade. So you're going to go short at 41.84. And what are we trading at now? 41.91 right now. Anybody else in on this trade this morning? Raj or Kaki or anybody else watching? Anybody taking this trade? Long or short? Well, it didn't quite hit my stop loss. Trying to go back up now. Hmm. Interesting. Very interesting. I have seen this before too. The stop loss that I use is always in a good position. Sometimes it'll come down like that, not quite hit it, and then go back up. Putting it below the upward green trend line. Put that down, it's called the safety line. So if it breaks below that, my stop loss, I give it some room to move. You know, don't put it right on the right on the safety line. Put it just below that, and I find that usually works out pretty well. Sometimes it'll come down, looks like it's going against me, and then not get all the way because it's got room to play and goes back up the right direction. Yeah, nothing is set in stone, that's for sure. You gotta be flexible. You gotta let the price tell you what it's gonna do and take your trade accordingly. Oh, yeah, I think so, Raj. On the certainly on the big picture, I think, we're just seeing some, liquidity grab because I'm almost 100% sure that when the interest rate is lowered, gold is just gonna go to the moon, and it will do that based on the liquidity that they've been able to accumulate this week. Yeah, it's coming back up. How about that? Very interesting. Okay, I'm gonna sign out here, guys. It's, been an hour and 20 minutes, a long time. Thanks for hanging in. I really appreciate that. Don't forget to like and share. I wish you all the best with your trading today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same channel.